There are basically three types of inequalities you'll have to solve for the test. The first one is to solve an inequality or solve for how many solutions are in the set of the inequality. So for example, that might be something like 2x plus 5 is less than 10. Solve this inequality. Well, we'd solve the inequality much like we would an equation. 2x, after subtracting 5 from both sides, is less than 5. Divide through by the coefficient. X is less than 5 halves. And a variation of that might be, if x is a positive integer, how many solutions are there? Well, the only solutions that would be positive integers and fit in the set from 0 to therefore 5.5 would be 1 and 2. There would only be two solutions to that inequality. And of course, remember with inequalities, if you divide through by negative, you must change the direction of the inequality symbol. The second type of inequality problem will be compound inequalities and graphing them. These would be something like x over 2 is less than 0, but greater than or equal to negative 3. Well, if I were to solve this, I would multiply all sides by 2. The result being x is less than 0 and greater than or equal to negative 6. And if I had to graph that, I'd graph that on a number line where I'd have 0, negative 6, and x would be greater than or equal to negative 6. So it would be a solid given the greater than or equal to, everything to the right, which is greater than. And then at 0, it would be an open circle because it's only less than. And less than is everything to the left, so the solution would be everything in between. So you need to be able to graph and solve compound inequalities. And last but not least, the third inequality problem you need to solve is a related word problem. For example, I might have to set up and solve the following word problem. Taxi charges a flat rate of $1.75 plus an additional 65 cents per mile. If Erica has at most $10, how far could she travel? Well, her cost would be a fixed cost of $1.75 plus, let's define our variable here as we do in most word problems. That will be the number of miles she can travel, x. So it would be 0.65, 65 cents times the number of miles, 0.65x. That would be her cost profile. That must be at most, which is less than or equal to 10. And I've set up the related inequality that's suggested by this word problem. And I could go ahead and solve that. These are the three types of problems you will need to be able to master and execute for inequality problems on the SHSAT math exam.